Now we got to turn back to the thing that everybody loves, because and also I have a merch store. It's in my descriptions of my videos. If you go back to my channel, look at it. That I sell a little bit of merch that's branded Amber Turd. So let's talk about the Amber Turd.
Okay.
So Myron, if you were to go run into my bedroom and you were to take a shit on my bed,
okay, I would do that.
Yes. Is there a crime you could be charged for that?
I think there is.
Yes. Okay, can you come up with one? I mean, there's two potential.
Destruction of property.
Destruction of property, vandalism, right? So, yeah, it's vandalism.
Vandalism.
So taking a shit in someone's bed is for sure vandalism, maybe harassment too, actually, as well. Because that turd was proved to be bigger than a teacup Yorkie. That was a human-sized shit.
She alleged it was
the teacup Yorkie shit.
A dog.
A dog. The teacup Yorkie, buddy. This is a teacup Yorkie. The thing is like this big. The poo was like this big. You know, so it was
established to be human feces.
It was not possible. It was not possible to come from a dog. So she tried to blame it on poor Boo and Pistol, these poor dogs, and clearly human. So that could be another charge there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a misdemeanor, but hey, it's a criminal charge. Still a criminal charge.
Yeah.
And mind you, she already has her criminal record was sealed, but she did have a drunk driving charge back in the day in Texas. Yes.
And an assault in Seattle.
Yes.
Her and her lesbian girlfriend fought each other in 2009.
I think they were married at that point. But whatever.
They basically turned. They were in the Seattle. Can you imagine? Like fucking, you're at the Seattle airport, and then
just.
And then it's just fucking street fighting, motherfucker, and then it's just like, all right, come here, bitch. And then they just start fighting.
She originally tried to accuse the officers of misogyny,
of course,
but it turns out one of the officers was a lesbian. So that didn't work out very well. But yes, that was brought up in the trial too, because she said she was squeaky clean, because she said she'd never done anything like that. And it turns out, yes, she in fact had done something like that. So
she's prone to violence as well. She's trying to claim, I've never done anything. And it's like
lesbian relationships are per capita. Remember, so this is you know, there aren't as many lesbian relationships as straight relationships, as much as everyone wants you to believe, especially during Pride Month. Get your rainbow stickers online at Fresh and Fit now. I don't know. But they want you to believe that there are as many they want you to believe there's more LGBTQ++ relationships than straight relationships. But no, that is still a minority statistically, right? But if you take that and you make it per capita, lesbian relationships are far more violent, than any other class of relationship.
They are by far like head and shoulders above every other relationship, I guess, combination you want to use when it comes to physical domestic violence and beating the shit out of each other. And actually, the lowest is gay dudes.
Yes.
There's a reason why they call them happy.
Men don't want to fuck with other men because we know we can hurt each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
men understand. It's what do they call it? Mutual destruction.
Yes.
Right? When you have nuclear weapons, like, you know that if I send my nuclear weapons, they're going to send their nuclear weapons and we're going to die. Men kind of operate and understand that. But women don't know that, because with women, like, they're violent. It's gonna sound fucked up.
Well, no,
but their violence is pussy violence, bro. It's not real.
Also, they don't feel like there's any consequence for the violence. Like, they're not gonna get in trouble. They're not gonna go anywhere. Like, the police aren't gonna stop them. I mean, some guys might start whacking off to it, like, because they're getting turned on by it. But like,
strange. Yes,
you know, they're not going to actually. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, so like, yeah. And we know this from this isn't even me talking shit. Women serve 66% less time for the same exact crimes that men do. It is what it is. So, you know, if a woman commits an act of violence, she's far less likely to do the same amount of jail time. So men inherently understand that not only are we capable of greater levels of violence and greater injury, that we're going to do more time. So with women, it's like when they fight each other, it's like, oh, whatever, fuck it, let's fight each other. And yeah, women by far are bigger perpetrators of violence than mainstream society will tell you.
Right. So that was another crime that our girl Heard committed. Now, I think someone brought up extortion and blackmail.
Yes.
So remember, Amber Heard said, because I love you, baby, because I love you, I'm going to record everything we're doing. I'll record whenever you're drunk, right? And I'm not fucking sure, Myron, I'm still not sure. I'm not sure how these some of these videos got in, because there's something called dual party consent, two-party consent. So that means that both parties have to consent to a recording.
Yeah.
So like, if I come on a podcast, you know, and I have to be like, all right, I consent, you consent. Right now, there's implied consent. So like, obviously a podcast, like if you're agreeing to come on, you know it's going to be filmed. Like, you're
like surreptitiously recording a private conversation.
If I was just to have my phone sitting up here and be recording Myron and myself talking, I usually can't use that as evidence, right? Without his consent.
Yeah, I don't know how they got that in.
I'm not fucking sure how they got that in. I know they had to record some stuff for their marriage counseling, and maybe they mutually agreed to allow it in. I don't know. But the point of the matter is that there's a lot of recording that Amber did of Johnny. Now, Johnny had some recordings, some audio recordings of Amber as well.
Yeah.
But Amber did far more recording and taking pictures of Johnny. There was that picture of him with the ice cream that's melted, a picture of her passed out in the Bahamas. These were all entered into evidence during the trial. If you watch the trial, you can see those videos.
Yeah.
And the one
marijuana.
The bags of marijuana.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's marijuana. I mean, it's the fucking America. Like, come on.
Yeah. And it's California too.
So. That's even worse. Like, nobody cares.
No one gives a fuck, bro.
No one cares.
Like,
so, but using those photos and trying to say, hey, you're a man. Nobody's going to believe you, which she did say. She said this. Yeah. You're a man. Nobody's going to believe you. I've got these photos. I've got these videos. I will ruin you.
Yeah.
What's the definition? At least for federal law, what's the definition of like extortion or blackmail?
Essentially, what she did was real quick, Monica just won $10. I was at the gym looking at a mirror, remembering that being fat is unacceptable. Wishing my shirt said that. It was very motivating and refreshing. I hope you make a workout shirt or shirt with that to say. I will make a shirt with that. Nice. Thank you so much, Monica just won. So yeah, I mean, extortion is basically telling someone under the threat of violence or some kind of crazy public humiliation that might tarnish them that you need to comply with some sort of demand. So in this situation, guys, going back to the situation where we talked about where she went to the courthouse, long story short, before she went to the courthouse, right, and got that restraining order, right, against Johnny with the paint on her face to make it look like she got beat up.
Yeah.
She had contacted him, told him, hey, I need you to pay me money.
Yes.
Give me a couple of penthouses.
Yes.
Give me a Range Rover. Yes. Give me an allowance. Basically, she wanted him to basically become her sugar daddy for life.
Not good enough from Elon, so you had to get Johnny.
So she had to get it from Johnny. So Johnny didn't respond, rightfully so.
Yes.
And she tried to extort him. And when she said, you're not going to comply, she went to the judge, filed this thing. Next thing you know, she's on cover of TMZ with a black guy saying that Johnny beat her up. And it came out that she had basically contacted him prior to going to the courthouse and contacting TMZ,
right,
that she wanted these things, which is, I mean, fuck, bro. Like, from a federal standpoint, can't she be charged? Well, here's the thing when it comes to federal, a lot of times, it doesn't affect interstate commerce.
Right.
It depends on how she contacted him.
Right.
Did she contact him via mail? Did she contact him via phone? Exactly.
Yeah, you got it. That's the thing, guys. Remember, we talk about this all the time. Motherfucking fraud feds are going to get you for wire fraud, right? You know, when you want to watch out, they get you for goddamn wire fraud. You pick up your phone, like you just pick up your phone. You do anything on your phone. They got you. You're using the interstate commerce because you're using a phone. We need to update that shit.
I think it's 18 USC 1343. Let me see if I'm right here.
I'm actually a fan legally of like nuking the commerce clause because like it gives the federal government way too much power, but that's a separate fucking thing.